Doc had a little technical difficulty this morning, but here we are. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It's 8:33, no, 8:34 now in the U.S. of A on the East Coast, and it's like 10:34 now in Tokyo, p.m. So we are seeing the world as it usually is. It goes into different directions and circles and the whole bit and so forth and so on. All right, what do we got this morning? As you can see up there, we're looking at the dollar index, which is pretty much unchanged. Let's put the hinkies on to see what it looks like with the hinkies on it. Whoop, where'd that go? Hinky, right there. Let's try to turn that on now. There we are. Look at that. We accidentally somehow or another merged the two together. That's so nice. Let's see. Let's see if we can get this hinky ASCII going. Why isn't that not going? Huh. Wow, that's interesting. That's even better. Believe me, I'm very happy. The idea to be able to see a bar chart and see the green underneath and the hinky ASCIIs down at the bottom is beautiful. How do I save that? Let's see. We can workspace. Save. That's right. That's what we want. That's exactly what we want. We want to see that constantly. I wonder if I go to the next thing. Let's see if that happens. Oh, I'm in heaven. I'm in heaven. Excellent. Let's go back to the dollar now. Right there. And good. Oh, not that. We want to move this up like that. I'll move that up like so. There we go. That is great. Oh, finally, after all these years, I've been wanting to have this all on the same structure. Workspace and save. Oh, cancel. And file and save workspace. Save. And there we go. And then let's try this. We'll give it a name. We'll call it Manhattan. Manhattan Doc. Let's see. Workspace, save as. Manhattan. There we are. Well, that didn't work. Where'd that go? Oh, wrong keyboard. That's what it was. There we are. Let's try over here. Manhattan. How about that? Technical difficulties have turned out to be a pleasure. I love that. Doc Manhattan. Let's see. Let's just make that sure it looks right. There we are. Let's see what that says. Did that do it? God knows where that went. No. All right, let's try that one more time. Try that again. And why is that not coming up? What is up with this? All right, let's try this one more time over here. Too many keyboards. There we go. Now we got it. So let's save this as, where do we punch it in? Let's see, we want to save it as file, log out, no, layout, save as, and let's do that again. Let's see. I think we actually got it half spelled right too. Let's see. M-A-N. M-A-N. There it is. Nope, wrong keyboard again. Jeez Louise. N. There we are. And then H-A-T-T-A-N. There we are. Let's see how that goes. Enter. There we are. All right. So now we actually have it saved the way we've wanted it for years. Look at this. This is a beautiful thing. Here's the hinky ASCIIs. Here's the actual bars. I guess we can even change those bars to like open, high, low, close, white or something like that. You know, that'd be even better in many ways. Let's see if we can do this. Cancel. But we're going to leave it like that for the time being. But that is great. You can see the hinky ashkies. You can see sometimes when it turns up, when it doesn't, so forth and so on. That's really great. Oh, you know what I need to do is let's get the chat line going here too. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And go like that. There we are. Now let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's go like that. And let's check out. There it is. We got it now. I can see the chat line. And so far I don't see anybody particular. Oh, there we go. I see Robin. There are two images showing a sunset and an analysis. Oh, yeah. Let's move that over. There we are. So there is, that's cable. Let's let's get that up like so. And let's get over to the dollar index on Chicago Quant. Right there. See, where's that mouse at there? Skip that. And let's kill the volume. There we are. All right, now, you can see there. Wow, Robin, see that? Finally got the Manhattan put together on Dukascopy. We've been talking about it for a long time to get it all put together where hinky ashkies are separate from the bar chart itself. And the green line is now on top of the slow is on the fast, that type of thing. Can't complain there. What else can we say about all this? All right. From there, we shoot over to. Oh, let's talk about the dollar index. You've seen the dollar index is, bottomed out in a sense. It's kind of like they were excited. They were like, oh, okay, the world is moving in the right or wrong direction, depending on if you're long or short, of course. And now we have, a dollar index that's finally broken the par for the first time in almost 2 years, which is really nice. And when that inflation kicked up, boy, they drove it up to the 115 area. That was something, just a lot of pressure, unknown, because, the Federal Reserve was acting like they had no idea what was going on. That's the worst part about it all. Yeah, and that is, it's worse than the inflation itself. The fact that the Federal Reserve acted like they didn't know, and that it was like something that you wouldn't have to worry about because it's transitory. Inflation is here and it's going to go away. And it's like, okay, we agree, but when? Oh, in a few weeks, they were saying. It's like a few weeks. Here we are now, a year and a half later, and the core rate is still around 7%. You can play with all the little numbers, but you go into a store, you buy energy, you buy clothing, you buy rent, or you buy a house, and it's all rocketing in price, way beyond anything that we were used to, So, all right. A little more sip of the tea. Hold on a second. There we go. All right, now over on J4X, you can see where's that mouse at now? Just go like this, move that over there. Just moving that mouse around. We had 3 different keyboards I'm banging on before I realized which one is which. All right, and then you can see here with Chicago Quant, that waterfall still in the sell, but coming up onto the edge of the daily buy. We're seeing a little strength in here. You can see on the weekly, they're both the fast and the slow is trying to make a turn. Let's see what it looks like on the weekly on this. Right there. Weekly is still turned down. You can see, I guess the fast is underneath it again. You can see it jumped above it for a couple. What is it? What is that? That's, I wonder if we can make this a little bit bigger. Move down. Maximize. Let's see. I'd love to have both of these, in there so you could see it better, right there. But that's all right. That's not bad. You can see it's played with the line and then dropped underneath it again, and it's tried. Let's put it this way: when it started to try to lift in here, it started to pull it up, and we did the same thing. We went across the manifold. We didn't get across the zero line, but it showed the strength. But with the red hinkies, you knew that you don't trust it until you get a green hinky. So it's like that thing with string theory and atomic theory, where you square things all day long and then reduce them. It's very weird. But anyhow, that's where we are. Now, let's go over to... What do we go to? Right... The euro. Let's take a look at the euro. You see the euro, it's trying to back off. Let's put it up over here. Right there. This is the weekly. You see all that strength that's in there. You see the green line on top of the slow, just hugging its way up. It's all that strength, like we've had the strength. Where's the weekly on this? Oh, that's S&Ps. How did we get to S&Ps? I thought we were going to the euro. Let's go over to the euro. Right there. There's a euro. And you can see, as a matter of fact, the daily is trying to dip. You see the weekly is trying to roll over. The fast, the slow is dropping down to the fast. The hinky ASCII bars breaking down, but they're still above the manifold. It's not anything particularly going on in the sense of like major change. This is just summertime action and daily action. You can see here on the daily basis, same situation. We made that high, like that high there, and we're still all in the green, and we're starting over here. We're actually gotten a red dot developed, and we'll give this a couple hours, and if it stays like this, we might even see a red hinky over time. By tomorrow, we might find that as a red. We'll see. And you can see here we are just flirting with plus minus on the edge. It was just minus, now it's plus by 0.00023. And so just a little weakness. Now we got a green dot and a red dot, so it's dancing around. Now it's 0.00026, now 27, 26 again. So, all right. And then from there, we slide over to, and the green dots disappeared too there. All right, let's look at the cable. And there's the cable. Daily cable, still showing nice strength over here on Chicago Quant. Right. Where's it at? Right there. There we go. We got a red dot. It's dropped below the zero line. We're feeling some pressure in there at the moment. The fast has dropped. The slow has dropped below the fast. So they're putting a little pressure into it. The histogram has dropped underneath the manifold. They're starting to show some more correcting. It'd probably be like something like this if we get it. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if it looks more like this. Do I expect to see a big drop there? Maybe, maybe not. It's the summertime. The markets are thin. There are less buyers and sellers overall. This is the time of the year. This is it. These next 3.5 weeks is going to be a lot of sloppy, low activity. I guess next week things will build to the Fed meeting on the Tuesday, Wednesday, and then from there, depending on what they do, if they wonder what you could say is if they raise rates, what would that do versus stalling again? I don't know. It's hard to say. I would imagine that the policy of the Fed and the government at this point, the administration, is basically one of we want less. We want less spending. Less. Yeah, they want less spending. They want less interest rates. So in other words, don't cut it, but obviously they're not going to cut it. But what they may do is wait again for another month. So we just need to observe a little bit more. That makes sense to me. Because their policies, they need a growing economy. And right now we don't have one. So, that they need that. And it's so hard to say if they think that they can, increase the pain now, hoping for things to turn, or try to stall a little bit. I don't know. So far, there's not a lot of intelligence and logic to the whole market when it comes to the policies of the government. So, it is a hard, it is a hard thing to try to guess on. It really is. They don't really have a strong, consistent policy. So, it kind of makes it hard to be able to speculate what they may try to do. We can just watch the markets and the math and just follow it from there. All right, and then from the cable, we slide over to the Swiss. And there's the Swiss this morning. That's still impressive. I'm really happy to see the Swiss underneath the 86. That's great. I didn't think it was going to get past like 86.80 or something like that. It's almost a full handle lower, which is really cool. I really thought, after coming down from 101, that it could get stalled out more. But maybe this is a very positive sign. At least I think it's a positive sign. And it doesn't mean that money is, to me it means, this is what it really means to me in my head. I look at it and I think, oh, money is thinking, okay, we can go to another pairs trade. We don't have to buy the dollar all the time. We can go try to another safe haven of old. And that's good because we don't see it in gold. Gold is in way back months they're buying, but they're not buying front months. So obviously they don't want to take delivery of it, or they can't take delivery of it, one or the other. And maybe that's why we've been seeing that strength in silver, which is really interesting to see that. We're in a weekly buy, we're in daily buys. Yesterday it looked like it went into the daily sell, but it didn't. It came back again by the end of the day. But we had sent out charts showing it in a sell. But this morning we resent those charts out, and that's what's going to be nice about the new Chicago Quant system. Clients are going to be able to update whenever they want, and we don't have to be involved. They can just tune into our site and update and look and see where something is. And let's put it up over on right there, J4X. Same situation, lots of red. You can see the sideways action the last couple of days where it's tried to lift up. And you can see the green line through the zero line on a daily. Let's see what the weekly looks like. There's the weekly right there. You can see, wow, it has really sunk nicely. Those two big bars. And same thing over here. We have the two big bars. And you can see the green line underneath. The fast is below the slow. The pressure is on. For us, we're below the zero line and the manifold. It's so oversold now. Let's see if we can tighten this up a little bit. It's been a while since we were down here. Back in April. It's made a new low even. Look at that. And maybe we'll start to get a little sideways bounce. We'll see. This is, again, the slow time of the year. And we are in the summer doldrum. So it's going to be a little tough to get a solid opinion, of anything on the story side. Math-wise, obviously we trust that enormously. The math is fantastic. So there we go. All right, now from there, we'll go over to the yen. This seems to be like if currencies had a soul, it would be the yen would be it, I think, honestly. Let's go to it right there. You know, it's like looking into its eyes and seeing its soul. Where is it at? US JPY. Right there. And you see it's down a little bit today. Nice. You can see lots of red there. Let's put it up over here. Right there. Down a little bit, as you can see, but we closed in a daily buy yesterday. Let's put that line in. And you can see the green line is above the zero line. So it's reflecting the same thing as our green line is, strength. And it's through the zero line, so it's telling us to be long. And the only thing holding us back yet is the green hinky Ashkeys at this point. I love it now. You can see both the chart up there and you see that down here. Wow, technical difficulties today worked in our favor. I love that. All right, and let's take a look at it on a weekly basis. Woo, look at that thing dive. Just like we're diving over here, we're through the weekly. We closed in a weekly sell. The fast has been in there for almost 2 full weeks and going on a third week. And the slow is just joining in a second. It closed in a weekly sell last week and it's in, weakness in here right there. All right. Now let's adventure. I always like adventuring. No one's asking any questions, so we'll adventure. Let's go take a look at the euro. Where's that on here? Euro JPY right there. Let's put it up on Chicago Quant. There we are. No. Down at the bottom. There it is. Euro JPY. And you can see the pressure on that. It's in a buy for 3 days now, right there. Same thing over here. You see in a buy for 3 days. You can see the green line is up strong with the green hinkies, and the buying has been, going along. In other words, it's going up in value. That's what it's supposed to do. That's what the math says. That's what it's doing. Because the math is usually right. At least almost 9 times out of 10. Just a little under that. 8 point something to 8.6 or something like that. 8.4. Bounces around in that area out of 10. And this is the part of the year that makes it less accurate. All right. So from there, let's see, you got the euro on a daily. Let's go to the British pound and see what GBP JPY looks like. Again, same situation in strength for 2 days. We've got a little red going on. I bet we have the same thing over here. Let's see. Right there. So we're in a buy for 2 days and we're back challenging the sell. All we need now over here on J4X is the green line to break down below the slow stochastic. That's it. That's all we need. All right. Now from there, let's see. Do we care to look for a weekly? Anybody want to see a weekly out there? Matter of fact, look at the weekly over here on Chicago Quant. The weekly is actually dipping below the zero line, so that's a good reason to go look right now. There it comes. And we've got 2 reds, and we've got a green line. We've been in the weekly sell now on this for a couple weeks, just like the fast is over here. We've dropped below. Where's the zero line? I think that's a zero line right there. So let's put that zero line in. So it dropped off last week, and this is going on a second week with the fast. Same situation over here on J4X. Cool. All right, that pretty much concludes looking at the yen through the eyes of the euro, the dollar, and the cable. From there, we go over to, let's see, where do we go? I think we go to the, I saw, I was looking at something, and you can see it here. The Turkish lira, the Euro Turkish lira, made another all-time high today. 2 in the last 4 days alone, and dozens over the last couple of weeks, over the last month or so. Let's put it that way. Now the all-time high is 30.6381. Let's put it up over here. Right there. That's the weekly. You can see, strength, strength, and strength, just like our work over here. You see strength, strength, and strength. Now let's take a peek at the daily. Look at that. 30.39. I love that. Now we can actually see, the actual price tag. That's what we have over here. We have a 30. Actually, we have a 30.63. Here in the States, someone's made trades up in the 30.63 area. Interesting. Let's see if we can get the high. Where's the high out of it? When we go like that. I guess that is the high. 30.39. Interesting. And what else can we say about that? On the daily, you can see the same thing. It's trying to lift up again. It's been in a lot of green, and it went into the sell for a while, just like we did here. And today we are bursting through the daily buy number as we speak. We'll see by the end of the day if it gets into. Oh, there we go. Mohammed, how you doing? How did I start forex trading? How do I start forex trading with Dukascopy Pam account? That's a good question. Contact Dukascopy. I guess you go up on the Dukascopy page and fill out the forms and do all that stuff. All the basics. I guess that's the way it works. Just like opening any other brokerage account, I imagine. Does that make sense to you? Okay. We'll see if Muhammad comes back, but that's usually the way you do it when you try to open up a brokerage account. You fill out the papers. Something that's simple. Yeah, no problem. They're good people. I've been doing a webinar for them for 10 years now, so I enjoy it. And they do take investing serious, so that's a good thing, All right. So that's it for the Turkish lira. Now let's slide over to, where do we go? We go to, right here, we go into the Mexican peso. That's what we do. We look at the Mexican peso. Whoa, down at the lows again. Been in the sell now for a good 6 days? Yep, 6 days. And we've been in a weekly sell for months upon months since back in April. So all the way back in here. Went into a sell, went into a buy. The fast, what did the fast do? Fast never turned up. Let's get that zero line right there. There's the zero line. It's come up and hit it a few times and dropped, but it's been in the sell for a while. Let's see, what do we got there? All right. Where do we go from there? So, from the, let's put the the Mexican peso or the King peso. Oh, I saw where the BRICS are going to get together and discuss. Was it Putin wants an eyeball everybody? I guess they're all scared to be in the same room with him. Maybe they, I don't know. But they were like, can't we just do like a Zoom? And Putin was like, no, you will march. You will show up. And it was like, oh, really? I don't want to, because they said, because of the war crime situation, they said, we don't want to be there. We're kind of scared, So, that is what it is, And let's see, I'm going to find it. Wait till you see it. It looks like he wants to put the president of South Africa in a headlock. It was really entertaining. Here we go. I'm going to find it and put it up on the screen. There it is. Nah, I guess they look like they're talking, not a headlock. Here it comes. There we go. Host country for BRICS summit is under pressure as signature of the Rome Statute governs that the ICC, given the arrest warrant outstanding against Putin in South Africa, authorities are expected by the West to act. South Africa Deputy President Paul whoever said that in recent statements, we understand we are bound by the Rome status, but we can't invite someone and then arrest them. You can understand our dilemma. Yeah, we do. So Putin rejects South Africa's request not to attend BRICS summit over ICC arrest warrant. Oh well, what else is new with Mr. Putin? There's always something going on. The richest man in the world, so he can do lots of interesting things. Oh, I like that one. Gotta share that one. That's a good one. There we go. All right, now from there, we slide over to, do we have the peso up there? Yes, we do. So you can see on the daily, oh, look at that. It's trying to turn up a little bit. And we're doing the same thing here, but we haven't gotten through the zero line. You see that right there. There's pressure on the upside a little bit, but nothing more than that. Still red. Same thing here, red. Just the line has broken through for the moment. So we'll just let that cook for a while. A little marinade. And then, so you can see here on Chicago Quant, same situation. Trying to turn up, but it's not. And this one, it's trying to turn up. And we got the red hinky stopping you from thinking, even with a plus bar for the day. Alrighty, from there we go over to the South African Rand, the second biggest brick out there. There it is. And the fact that it's been going down like this means gold normally has been going up. And we are in a daily buy for a bunch of days now. So let's put it up on J4X. Right there. See all that green? See, it's been going up, running in the opposite direction of this little slide down. And the only pressure on it right now is that you're stuck in a neutral stance because the green line is through the zero line. And then over here, we'll show it to you on Chicago Quant. Mr. Mouse, where are you, Mr. Mouse? There we are. And so you can see, same thing. It's been going up, and up in value, like the way the South African Rand is going down, 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 down. See, down, 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 down. And the hinky, the fast stochastic has jumped across, but with those red hinkies, you can't take that. You can't take that too serious, You got to basically stand to the side. In this case here on Chicago Quant, it's still in a buy, and we've been waiting for the weekly. Now the fast has broken through last week. Let's take a look at that, because I'm sure it's the same way with J4X right there. We should be on a second green. No, how about that? So no, we're breaking through here, and this is still not done it yet. But oh no, that's the South African Rand. Let's get into the different product. It's the gold we want to see. That's why it doesn't. I bet there's two. So I was thinking, yeah, there we are, two. That would make sense. You can see the green line lifting up nicely, and we're only halfway up there too. It's only in the 49s, 50 area. And so that's, the South African Rand is starting to get back into its rhythm, which is nice, leading gold instead of following gold. All right. So from there, we're going to slide over to crude oil. So there's crude oil. And when crude oil is going down, Canadian dollar normally is going up. In other words, it's losing against the US dollar. So let's put the daily there, and we'll put that there, and we'll look at dollar CAD right there, and see it's been moving up. Now it's kind of flattish here the last 3 days after that pop, but it's doing the way it should when oil is going down in value. You see the week that's a daily right there. That's right. And then for our weekly, we've been in a weekly buy for 4 solid weeks at this point. And in this case here, we're using a fast all the time. It's just more accurate. That's what the gas line 3 is the fast, and the slow is the gas line 5. All right, now from there, where do we go from there? Oh, we did the Canadian, right? Yeah, so we did crude, we did the Canadian, we did the South African Rand, we're done the currencies. That's pretty cool. So we'll give it a close. No. Where's that? We want this one. There we are. Put that in there. And we'll give them the close. Close workspace. Yes to all. All right. But if anybody does want to see the currencies, just give a yell. We'll throw it back up on the screen. All right. Now what we're going to do, since we're looking at oil, we'll look at the Brent. And here is North Sea Brent, right there. And you see it's been dipping down just the way West Texas is. Let's put, that's the S&P 500 on an intraday. It's kind of quiet. It's down a couple points. That's about it. Let's get, there we are. And there's crude. Crude oil is trading at 74.50, as you can see right there. Now let's see what the back month looks like. The October contract is right there, 74.28. So it's 22 cents. It's slowly gaining. It's coming up on the edge of delivery. I think it delivers tomorrow or Thursday. So the contract will be gone, and so it's showing that the demand for the underlying product to take delivery is slowing. When it's trading at a premium, you can tell that people are reaching for it. When it's not, it's telling you people are not reaching for it anymore. Buyers are gone. Now it's sellers. Let's put West Texas in right there. As you can see, just 2 reds. It's been pressured. It's been in a weekly buy for a while here. You see that. Let's see what the weekly looks over here. There's the weekly. Yeah, 3 weeks in a buy. So it's trying. It's got buyers. They're definitely going up. Now let's go over to natural gas here in the States, right there, and you can see. Let's put it up over here too. There's natural gas. We are flirting with the weekly sell as we speak. Same situation over here. Natural gas has been in a sell for 3 weeks now. You can see the line through it, and the pressure's been on. Our fast has been doing the same thing. It's 3 full weeks in the weekly sell, and doing the same thing as J4X is. The slow has joined in, which can be the reason that you start to get some real acceleration on the downside. But again, it's that time of the year where we don't take a lot of this stuff too serious. We try to have neutral positions, play for decay, not for direction, that type of thing. All right, from there, we go over to Spain. So we can get rid of that. Let's take a look at the Spanish company, how it's doing. This reflects the price of natural gas in Europa. Right there. It's been hanging around the 26 area, whereas in the States you can see it's at $2.60. And here you go. Industrial production just came out, and capacity utilization. Cool. All right. Yeah, 9:15. Every so often we have some good, interesting data that comes out at 9:15 Eastern Standard Time. Let's see if it had an effect on the stock market on any level. We'll just jump over to short-term intraday and see. No, not really. It's quiet. It's towards the lows of the day. This is an intraday. That's last night. This is now. It just shows you how slow things are. This updates about it's 963 ticks, which is it's like a 0.78 Tesla, basically. And then this one is half this one right here, and you can see the pressure's been on it all morning long. But going from 55 to 49, 6 handles is not exactly anything big, All right, back to Nat Gas, and let's look at that Spanish company. We're figuring it's probably in the 26s. Right there. 26.71's offered, 26.64 bid for. So, yeah, kind of, it's been that way for a while. It's let's see if we can make the whole picture here. There we go. And you can see here the where's the mic at? There's the mic. You can see here, it's been kind of trapped in a range between 28 and change and 25, or in this case here, 24 and change. And that's back in January of this year. So, it's been bouncing around in that range. All right. Now, from there, we move over to the metals complex. And there is gold. You see gold lifting. Ooh, look at that little spike there. You got gold kicking up again. And it's been in a daily buy for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days now. And the weekly is trying to join in, and the fast joined in last week with no problem whatsoever. So we knew the strength was there. And we're always amazed that it doesn't lift. And we're kind of always, we always think that gold should have more buyers when it doesn't. And we're always surprised that it doesn't. Let's save that. You see gold here in the States in the futures contract is trading at $1,973, going back to that $2,000 edge trying. Now let's put it up on J4X. There it is right there, showing that strength again. This is the weekly, just like our weekly, and you can see this is a second week for the J4X. Like the dotted line there. In many ways, I guess we should change that color, because it is like our purple, Let's see if we can do that. Edit indicator. Which one is it? It's the fast, right? So it's right there. Let's make this like that. Okay, there we are. It should match up with our blue line one right there, because that's exactly what it is. It's the fast. Wow, we're really doing it today, aren't we? I really like that. File, workspace, and save. There we go. Now, I guess what it is that when we go to the daily, that's what the problem is. The daily, I just realized that. So there's the daily, and the daily is that one right there, and it's matches up, but it's not. It's really the green line. But I think we're going to leave it as blue for the weekly because it makes more sense. You can see here there's that spike, and at the same time, what else can we say? Got all those nice green hinkies, we just need this to get back up over the top to be bullish. Whereas that's what we always say, we're a couple hours ahead of our Manhattan indicators here. And so you can see here, whereas this pierced the manifold, and that's that weakness you see right there. The dashed yellow line itself represents the zero line now. That's the thing. We're not using a standard deviation to help this up in here, and that's what our manifolds are. That's our time manifolds, which is a combination of a standard deviation with our math. Alrighty, now from there we go over to silver, which has been really impressive. There's silver, trying to break down on a daily basis, but let's put it up on the screen here, right there, and you can see it's doing the same thing. It's trying to go after the sell again. Look at that red there. We're getting that red. Tried to do it yesterday and failed at it. And our weekly, we're a couple weeks in the buy. Let's put it up over here. Right there. See, it's a couple weeks in the buy there too. That's what the blue line is telling you. And what's interesting is that the combination of the fast and the slow joined in, and showing us even more strength this week. And we just made another high. Was that like a 2-month high or something like that right there? What else can we say about silver? We are amazed that it's even in the low 20s at this point. How it's not like 31 or 32, I don't know, because you got to figure that gold's all-time high is around 2,200, and so the back months reflect that in gold, but silver not the same. Probably because of the delivery situation. From there, we'll go to copper. See copper there, going into the sell for the last couple of days, like here. And you can see the weekly has pierced right there. Had been in a buy now, 5 weeks? So it's trying to turn into the sell this week. Let's see what it looks like over here on J4X. Right there, you can see. You will be able to see. There we are. It's been in and out, in and out, in and out. And the last 2 weeks have been in a buy. And in a couple hours, or going into tomorrow, we should start to see a red. One or the other. More like in 2 or 3 hours, we should see it if it's going to stay here. Something looks a little odd there, doesn't it? Oh, that's a weekly. That's right. Okay. So that's the pressure we see at the moment. Let's put the daily back in again. There it is. That makes more sense. All right. Now, from there, let's see. Unknown caller. Unknown caller. So, from there, we go over to the platinum and see what the platinum is up to this morning. Oh, that's right. We don't have platinum on J4X. Let's just go over to Chicago Quant for that. There it is right there. Pressing up. The fast joined in last week. And now the slow. We just missed just by a hair on the slow last week. Just by pennies. Ticks. Teeny ticks. So It tried and it failed, but that's all right. You know, it's the action is good, and the metals complex looks fine, and we all know that metals should be doing much better than what they do. You know, but they don't, and it's just the way it goes at this point in time. It's just part of the craziness of the 21st century. You know, that's what it really is. A crazy matter of fact. Here's an interesting thing. There's a newsletter called Grants. He's been doing for decades upon decades. Smart guy, Grant. And yesterday, for the first time, he puts out a newsletter every day. Yesterday, he started talking about stocks and the bonds in them and so forth. He's a bond guy, but he's actually started talking about stocks. And Tesla in particular, Ford he was talking about. It is very unique to see something like that happen. You know, and he's not comfortable with QE, but he doesn't really beat up on it the way he should. But that's the history of things. But to actually see him after all these decades finally mention a stock and its bond, and it was incredibly unique. All right. That pretty much completes everything in the metals, the energies, the currencies. I guess we have to think about a title too. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the stock market. There's the S&P 500 holding up firm. Long weekly buy. Let's put it over here. There it is. The strength, you see it right there, just like we've had the strength right there. There you go, you see that strength. You see the weekly, 17 weeks or something like that in the buy. Now, I guess we should come up with a title. What did we do to... Oh, I guess what it is that... I guess the success of today, more than anything else, besides the math being accurate more than wrong by... almost 9 out of 10 times. It's 8 point something out of 10 times accurate. So, that's been pretty cool. Now, from there, let's come up with a title here. And I guess the best title would be is that Doc's Manhattan Indicators on J4X. Let's see. Let's get there. And then we're good out of here. So, that'll be the title. So, traders, we will catch you all tomorrow on Happy to Hump Day, Wednesday. So, happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. Later, traders. Catch you tomorrow. Arrivederci.